We all chase that good night's sleep, right? We buy the gadgets, we try all the techniques. But what if the biggest obstacles to our rest aren't in our bedrooms at all? What if they're actually built right into the fabric of our society? Today, we're going to dig into why sleep isn't just a personal issue, it's a political one. So let me ask you this. Is a good night's sleep a luxury? I mean, if you've ever found yourself scrolling through sleep tracking apps or shelling out cash for special pillows, you've probably answered, yeah, kinda. Our culture often frames sleep not as a necessity, but as an indulgence, something you have to earn or maybe even purchase. And this way of thinking turns sleep into this personal battle. It's just you against the clock, you against your stress, you against that extra cup of coffee you had in the afternoon. So when you don't sleep well, the blame feels like it falls squarely on your own shoulders. It becomes your problem to solve. But what if that entire premise is just wrong? The reality is the struggle for sleep isn't an even playing field. Not at all. There are these huge systemic factors. I'm talking about things like living in a noisy neighborhood, working multiple jobs, or lacking access to safe housing that create deep, deep inequities. These are things totally outside of an individual's control, and they mean poor sleep just doesn't affect everyone equally. And the consequences of this disparity are severe. For marginalized populations, this isn't just about feeling a little groggy the next day. No way. It's a public health crisis in slow motion, and it leads to really devastating outcomes, like higher risks of chronic illness and a fundamentally reduced quality of life. This goes way, way beyond personal wellness. So this brings us to a really crucial concept, sleep equity. At its core, it's simply the right for everyone to have the opportunity for healthy, restorative sleep, no matter their social or economic status. And that word, opportunity, is key. It's not about forcing people to sleep, of course, but making sure everyone has the fundamental conditions they need to get good rest. This idea completely reframes the entire conversation. It recasts sleep as a public health priority. We stop treating it like some consumer wellness trend and start seeing it for what it actually is, a right, just like having access to clean air or nutritious food. Okay, so understanding the scale of this problem can feel pretty overwhelming. But this isn't just about identifying an issue, it's about building a bridge to a solution. And the good news is, advocates are already laying the groundwork. So, how do we actually move from recognizing this inequity to taking action? Well, it has to begin with a collective effort, because a problem this big can't be solved by individuals alone. It takes a whole movement. And that movement is already gaining momentum, fueled by global initiatives like World Sleep Day, which are working to drive policy change and raise public awareness. This movement is guided by a really clear framework for action. It all starts by uniting advocates, creating a single, powerful voice. Then it's about sharing strategies that are actually proven to work, not just theories. The third step is absolutely crucial, to dismantle the root causes. So we're talking about addressing things like housing policy or unfair labor practices. And finally, it's about empowering individuals with the knowledge and resources they need to advocate for better rest right in their own communities. And this is the end game. This isn't just about awareness campaigns. The ultimate goal of the sleep equity movement is to create tangible, measurable improvements in community health and well-being. It's about transforming our neighborhoods and our policies so that every single person has a fair shot at a restorative night's sleep. So let's end with the question that's really at the heart of this whole thing. What would change? I mean, really change, in our communities, in our policies, even in our own lives, if we stop treating sleep as a privilege you have to earn and started demanding it as a fundamental human right?